Today we're finally going to answer the question of what would BT6 look like if friendly fire was turned on in the game. Thanks to Commander Cat for making this mod. Basically, it's pretty simple. If any projectile hits any other tower, that tower is now sold. This should change up the strategy a lot, especially because when I tested this mod a little bit, I've noticed also a couple things. Like, for example, some towers just die completely. See, I try to drop a texture here. Because the tank spawned on top of itself, it basically pops itself. Same with the bomb shooter. If it explodes too close to the bomb or the balloon, then that tower is also sold. I think the same thing applies to the ice monkey. Yep, freeze it and it's gone. Same with the mortar. If you aim the mortar on top of itself, it is now gone as well. And just a couple other towers to test. Spike Factory, also gone on impact. And Boomerang, also gone on impact. If not gone now, then gone when the ring loops back around. And worst of all, everybody's favorite out buff is no longer possible to do because it throws acid on it, and that is it to both of them. So I guess we're gonna see if it's possible that with these restrictions, how far can we survive on this modded map? Again, might be a little bit cursed for those who play Battles 2. This is Star, but sideways. A couple more brief notes to mention about this run is that I'm also gonna ban farms and limit the amount of towers I use to towers that will, like, not cheese the challenge, because obviously it's very easy to just use towers that don't have any projectiles in the game. Like, for example, Sniper Monkey, because in this game, even though it, a bullet technically is a projectile, the game doesn't, it registers the sniper shot as instance, so no projectile in BT6 terms. And yeah, there's probably other towers that fit that description too that I just can't think of on top of my head, but we're just gonna try to avoid those. And as you saw, sometimes melee towers also sell itself. I'm not sure which exactly, but, well, I guess we'll try to avoid that and only use towers that, again, shoot a projectile to make that difficulty just that much more interesting. Yes, that was totally set into English there. Anyways, I think if you only have one tower, it's fine to upgrade that one because there's no chance of it... Wait, what? Well, I guess I spoke too soon because that dart monkey popped itself. Should I just do dartling gun? Sure. I guess it's a bit finicky because sometimes maybe the projectile like pops a balloon on top of itself. So I guess it's important to not put a tower like right beside the track, because even though that's not an explosion like crossbow, I guess if it's close enough in vicinity, it will trigger the cell. Luckily with dartling gun, there's no chance of that. Also, I probably want lock in place just in case I accidentally turn the dartling gun to Ben. Definitely don't want to sell Ben. I know Ben doesn't shoot projectile. He's the one exception to the rule I'm gonna set myself. I feel like in general, heroes are really dangerous because if you sell them just one time, then, like, you're reset. If you have to get the tower back, then back to level 3 they go, even if they were level 20 earlier. Whereas, like, we still get the sell back if we accidentally hit a tower. So, like, it's not the worst thing in the world if I plan to sell the tower anyways, but obviously not ideal. I like to keep every tower that I have normally. Also, maybe I shouldn't have gone for the inaccuracy, because now that just means a bigger radius of which I can't place towers in, but hopefully that should still be okay. We'll do an 022. Pretty, decent early game to start off with. Now, my next thought for what to build here might be a little bit risky. Well, before that, let me do a village, which is definitely not risky with discount. You can kind of see where I'm going with this soon. But here's what I'm thinking. I feel like I could probably solo with a single super monkey, like, right here. And just make sure it doesn't ever shoot down too far this way, which it shouldn't. Which means we have a really small radius for super monkey to pop things, but that's the hope. Also, in preparation for round 28, we're gonna get a mortar for leads. This I'll allow because it does technically, have the ability to sell itself, as you saw earlier in the video. Just gotta make sure to aim everything away from any tower. So I guess this is like the, this will be the radius where I don't put anything in, because obviously it's a huge danger zone. Not sure what mortar I want to turn this into, because the thing is, if I go for a bigger radius, like a biggest one, that's gonna be an even bigger radius where I can't place towers in. Because again, I'm pretty sure the blast radius is, like, the radius of which the towers will sell. I'll start with a 320 though. I guess it's not too big a deal if I just make sure. Wait, what? I don't know if any of you saw that, but Ben just offed himself. I think it might have been because he gained lives or something, or it's a Trojan. I think level 31 is about the time you get Trojan, yeah. I guess that, works on himself too. I was really hoping I wouldn't do that. I guess it's not like the end of the world though, because we can still profit even with selling Ben every couple rounds, because we do get some end of round cash, but yeah, it kind of sucks. Anyways, got my super monkey now, and should basically be shooting like north to northwest to west at all times. Unless balloons get really far. Again, in which case, I don't think... It still doesn't have the ability to really pop this dartling gun down here. Now, I've got a pretty tough decision to make, and that is, what do I want to upgrade this Super Monkey to? I don't think I want to do Sun Avatar because I can't outbuff it, so it's going to be pretty bad. I'm thinking Bonapath, Dark Knight, Dark Champion, but that's a very expensive $60,000 save up. The other option would be, like, Middle Path Super, but I'm pretty sure I can't use the ability. Otherwise, I think the, the Blast Radius will also get rid of probably itself, too. So I think my best option has got to be, like, Bonapath then. So, well, I guess we'll just do a... I'll see if a 001... plus maybe bend ability it can... Oh, crap. Right. Bend ability, sells the towers. Because, I guess that counts as projectile. We're gonna restart that one. Let's watch this again. Actually, no. I'm using the ability. I don't know what I did that time. Maybe I accidentally, sold the dartling gun. Let me try to micro the mortar. Also, to not lose lives here. And not sell towers. Alright, there we go. We're out of the woods also for round 42. You just saw there? Trojan. The instant Trojan comes out, it is sold. So that basically confirms it. Also for camos, I kind of want to see if, Nope, 300 sub kills itself too. Let me just see if the 022 is enough to beat the rainbows here. Otherwise, I think my other camo option has got to be the signal flare mortar. I think that's the way it's got to go. Before that, let's get Monkey Town to squeeze out a little bit more money. I said I wasn't going to allow myself to use farm, so this is the next best option, I think. I'm not sure we're going to survive this, though. Ben ability? 16 lives? Nope. Close. I guess I'll use Ben ability early, then, for double damage on the Super Monkey. And then micro the mortar here. How about now? I think we'll make it with 4 lives left. Alright. Really living on the edge today, aren't we? So here's the mortar, so that we don't die to round 45. Purples. And I think with that, we are pretty much set. So let's start upgrading our Super Monkey. Got a 201 Plasma now. Still very leaky also. I don't know why my Super Monkey just sold itself there. I thought Super Monkeys didn't do that, but I think it was because it, like, balloons came up from the bottom to the right side, or to the top side, as you see. Yeah, it's really interesting. Perhaps it might have to do with, again, the fact that the center point of the tower is, like, here. So if it shoots up to left, it will never hit that center point. Meanwhile... this part angles it in the wrong way. So I think the only way to beat this round, or to like, not sell the Super Monkey forever, is simply to not let any balloons get, like, to the exit. So that means beating everything before they get too far. Alright, that's gonna change up the strategy a lot then. So I guess we'll do biggest one, so that we guarantee nothing gets too far here. And again, I cannot micro the mortar, like, to the top here anymore, because the blast radius would be too big. I guess for showcase reasons, I could just show you. If I target here, it'll sell. Actually, no, it doesn't. What if I aim it a little bit lower? Still no. Oh, I think we might be able to get away with it on the Fox. Okay, now it's out soft because it's shot, but I think we have a pretty good amount of leeway for the mortar here. Yeah. By that, I mean the radius of where it sells towers is the same as if it was a 000 mortar, so that's good to note. We'll still keep it here, though, for safety reasons also. I think it was the Trojan that sold the towers. Because remember, Trojans, like, they have projectiles too, so they move, like, to the balloon, which means when I get Ben again, I should make sure to not put him down there. So let me just sell him ahead of time. We'll put him over here then. This way we get money and we guarantee that his Trojan won't get in the way of anything. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking this new style of playing BT6 because I'm always for a new and refreshing experience. So this kind of friendly fire toggle definitely changes up how I normally play the game. Also, I feel like since Benjamin gets so much XP now, it's almost like not worth it to even get him down in the first place, because we'll get like, what, 1 round of income, 2 rounds of income before it sells itself. I think right now, it's still making positive money, so I'm keeping it. But I don't think that's gonna last forever anyways. I think I'll probably just go for biggest one next, since, again, we found the cheat code. Guess we can probably use January shells too, later on in the game. But yeah, 62, Benjamin's gone again, so he lasted about 4 rounds there. We'll get it back. Probably will last 3 rounds or less this time. We got some cerams getting really far here. Just gonna make sure to target the mortar there. And we're good. We should be able to afford biggest one if we beat these balloons here. Come on, one more wave. Got him? Alright, cool. We're safe for at least the next 20 rounds, I think. Also, because villages are harmless, I guess there's no harm in doing at least a radar scanner for this guy, because, yeah, I don't want to rely on I guess I probably don't need this anymore, but I am gonna get Shattering Shell, so I guess I'll keep it. Might as well just go for, like, the double tier 5 mortar strategy. Blue Incineration, anybody? Yeah, round 66, Benjamin's gone again. I don't think I'm gonna get him back anymore. It's kind of annoying buying him back every couple rounds, but yeah, what other towers are there really, like, that are not mortars that can actually still do something and not have it sell stuff? A couple towers I haven't tested yet is Ace. For those who don't know, it will sell stuff immediately. I'm not gonna try because the Ace is, yeah, you see, the darts do that. Heli Pilot kind of works in that as long as the darts don't hit the heli, it won't sell stuff, but again, the darts kind of, I think it's too risky having it maybe accidentally shoot in the vicinity of here, so I think I'm gonna avoid that. Honestly, it might just be even more Dartling Gunners, because I can still put them, like, over here, further this way so that, you know, nothing hits it, so I guess that's the strategy we're gonna go then. Well, that is after I get my Dark Champion, which we can get right about now. Oh, wait, it's sold. You tell me I can't get that Dark Champion. Let me see what I can do about that. If I had to guess, it might be because it shoots, like, 2 of the, what do you call it, the projectiles. And then the other stream, like, spawns from its center point, which would make it sell stuff immediately. Let me just try Dark Shifting first, like, even further back. Buy it now. Okay, it's fine. I don't know why it was doing that there. It might, again, be because of the angle. So let me see if it, like, angles even more left. Crap. If I end this round, though, I have to, like, it's kept. Well, I guess we're gonna... Wait. Why did my mortar sell? Oh, it's because the projectiles Ricochet. I forgot about that. Well, guys, this is the one time that a buff, quote-unquote, ends up being a nerf for the challenge here. So I guess we won't get Dark Champion. Let me just get another Dartling Gunner, I guess. Yeah, let me go ahead and do a Monkey City for more range, and we'll do a Dartling Gunner target here for now. Again, since the biggest one can carry so far, we have some time to decide what I want to go for. But right, that was the reason why the Dark Champion sold itself. It probably ricocheted to itself, and then that time it ricocheted to the Signal Thrower. So good thing that happened before the round ended, so that we have time to, you know, go back. The good thing here, though, is that at least the Dark Knight has some knockback, so it's still, like, useful to keep. I'm not going to sell it. The knockback utility could be useful. Speaking of utility, I could still do more blue, I think. If I put it over here, I don't think any projectile will hit it. Let me just give it some camo, or bigger radius, so that I can put camo. And yeah, it's pretty dangerous putting it over here, so I think this is okay. 013. And watch carefully. I guess I could probably even Dark Shift a little bit lower. Just in case, you know, the glue shoots a little bit too far left and it accidentally hits the, you know, Dark Knight. I think we're good, though. We're in the clear. 91k, by the way, so I could probably just get, like, a full-on Dartling tier 5 if I wanted to. And I think I will, honestly. And also, I feel like maybe Star is a bit too easy a map for the mortars, because this is an insane radius. You couldn't ask for any better for the biggest one. It also does seem like bad timing. It's about to fall behind now, so let's quickly get... I'm just gonna get the radium, screw it. Let's just go ahead and have that be officially game over for the balloons. I can even go for a mat too. All Dartling tier 5s, basically. And also Homeland. I'm assuming giving buffs does not sell the tower, so we can even double the damage of everything on the screen right now, so might even make it, you know, a bit past 120 rounds here, so we'll see if we're in for some bonus rounds. It's not too late to sell it, but on a second thought, it might be useful to put the Dartling gun, I don't know, maybe somewhere, like, we're in a straight line, so make sure the mortars don't target, like... Actually, no, the Super Monkey is gonna hit it, I think. At least there's a chance it's gonna hit it. I'm trying to see if there's a better... I guess this would be the lane, but I want to put it in the Monkey City range, but I can also go for 2 of them. Let me just see if I can, you know, beat 1 to 3 here. Because I guess it's not a cheat code. Yeah, I'm leaking. Okay. Let's change the positioning, then. This is going to hurt money-wise, but it's gonna be for the better late game. Promise. I mean, just take a look. Round 1 to 3 this time. Easy pickings. I didn't even notice this, but somehow my Super Monkey sold itself, like, I think last round. Might be because the, I don't know, ZMG radius and the glue hit it. Unfortunate, but again, it's not the biggest loss in the world. I think we should go for our mad now, right? Yeah, let's do it. I think, if I drop it, it would shoot immediately. So I think what I gotta do here is I gotta turn off auto start to make sure that the Dartling that I place initially, will not sell the tower immediately, and it's not gonna work, so I should do it this round. Here's what I mean. If I dropped it now, the Dartling would shoot down and it'd sell the Monkey Town, so have to make sure to pause it, and let's play. And how's this? Yep, look a lot better. Everything is avoiding itself. Oh, why did I do that? I'm an idiot. I used the mat ability. I don't know why I used it. Probably just for fun, but that was Bad idea, because the round also ended, so I lost the money buying and selling the mad. Unlucky. Hopefully you can still get it back, though. Yeah, let me... yeah, auto start is off, so let's just end the round. And do not use the mad ability. Honestly, I didn't think it'd sell itself, but you never know with this mod. It does make sense, though, because I would assume the Gordon Storm starts from the spawn point of the mad. But I was just thinking ahead to, like, you know, it shoots in a giant cone, but there's nothing in this cone, so... I thought nothing would sell, but... yeah, I was proven wrong about that. Anyways, I should probably go for a, you know, homeland next to, like, buff the attack speed, everything. But I'm kind of wondering whether or not this sells the tower. If I do overclock, I don't think it should. But again, you never know with the unpredictability of this mod. So let me just end off 116. Overclock? Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Good to know. So I should probably go for Ultra Boost next then. Before going for, you know, my monkey or my homeland. 119 is going to be very easy, so yeah, there's definitely a potential for more rounds here. Unfortunately, this is a challenge editor, so give me a second to recreate what we have here. Okay, I'm just going to assume that this is close enough to what I had, and the money too, so let's get it. I think after Ultra Boost and Homeland, that's pretty much, like, all I can really get damage-wise, unless I can think of something, or have enough money to... come up with something later on, but I guess we'll start with Ultra Boosting the Mad, because I think we need mob damage more than we need balloon damage. Although maybe if I'm smart, I should be doing... yeah, I'll do both at a time, just so I'm not deficient in one category. Okay, and 18 rounds later, we now have 10 stacks on the Ultra Boost. We also have the Homeland, or rather the Called Arms, too. I haven't tested yet, though, to see if it would sell. I guess around 140 would be a good time to test, so here it is. Let's boost the Mad, and let's use Called Arms. Alright, we're safe, we're safe. I'll do a little bit of light targeting, but I don't want to target too much in case the Mad gets too low to the Ray of Doom, so we'll leave it at here. It's gonna be really close, but I don't have any tower to stun it. It is gonna sell, right? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna die, actually. Okay, I got 2 overclocks, 1 for the Ray of Doom. I think the damage should be a little bit better this time, right? Come on, DDTs? I think I have to retarget the Ray of Doom there. Alright, let's try this again. 1 Ceram leaked, 1 Ceram leaked. Let's start it up this time. Nice, we did it, we did it. And this bad here has no HP, so it should be an easy round 140 after this. Nice. So guys, we did it. We beat every preset round of the game. I think, even though there's no F-bats here, it might be difficult because other balloons are cock blocking the Mad from doing bad damage. Alright, 156 here looks really dire. Yeah, it's getting way too far. But I think you guys probably get the point now. Dartling Gunner is OP. We'll do 1 last Called Arms here to maybe save ourselves. Nope. Don't have it up in time. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there. Before that, I gotta do 1 last hurrah. 1 last satisfactory friendly fire showcase. Activate Maelstrom. Oh wait, no. Okay, that was a fail. How about I try Tech Tear? Again, I said earlier that this would sell towers. Let me just see if that's true. Only itself. Oh, I have a great idea. Carpet of Spikes. That didn't work. Okay, none of these are really working the way I expected to. How about Pop and Awe? Surely this sells everything. Alright, no. Well, screw it. Let's just get a Dartling Gun to sell everything. Sell, 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 sell. And yeah, there it is. Don't know how many of you guys remember this mod because I last covered it several years ago, but this is a Monkey Knowledge mod made by Doom Bubbles. Basically adds a bunch of custom Monkey Knowledge to the game that give effects such as things you've already seen in BTD5 premiums, for example, like Explodey Darts, Double Rangs, etc, etc. The reason I'm covering it now, though, is because it just got an update where they added a knowledge for the Beast Handler. So this one over here, on the right side, Carry a Big Stick. It's a Monkey Knowledge where Beast Handlers keep their 0/0/0 melee attack and get stronger as they upgrade them, so it sounds pretty interesting. On top of that, I think, after taking a look at all the knowledges here, there's also one that got updated from the first time I covered this. This is the Big 3, and was not a Monkey Knowledge last time I did this mod. Sun Avatars, Robocops, and Dark Knights buff the attack speed, range, pierce of any of the other 2 types nearby them. Sounds pretty cool. So I guess for this video, we're going to showcase those 2 specific Monkey Knowledges in detail, alongside getting the other ones too, just along the way, if there's any use for them. Also, I don't know if you guys remember this map, but it's a map from Bloons Monkey City. I think it was a special mission one for unlocking the balloon chipper. I think I have fond memories of that, and it being a very difficult special mission to unlock. Anyways, let's get Microraptor, and you can see this one's doing way better than the one on the right side, because it's now doing 2 damage per shot instead of just 1, as you see. So to even it out, we're going to get another Microraptor on this side. Oh yeah, and I should mention this one important detail. So each path buffs the Beast Handler in a different way. So as you saw already, the middle path increased the damage of the Beast Handlers. Just the $100 and something upgrade from Microraptor pretty much doubles its DPS, which is pretty good. But other than that, the water path, the top path, which I don't have right now because there is no water on this map, which is why I've also enabled another mod where you can spend $800 to drop kiddie pool. But I'm not gonna do that right now because it's pretty expensive for early game. I think, again, I want to showcase the Beast Handlers, but I'll still use my free Dart Monkeys, for example. Again, this one's got the Splitty Darts upgrade. But yeah, back on topic, the water path is supposed to increase attack speed of the Beast Handler melee attack, and the bottom path is supposed to increase pierce and range. So I guess I'll showcase that right now. You see, already range increase from the Beast Handler there. And yeah, this pretty much scales into the later twos as well. So for example, yeah, let's get Atosaurus right now. That means our Beast Handler is now going to do another +1 damage, up to 3. Obviously though, the later you go, the more useless this melee attack is going to be. Because like, what's 5 damage going to be when you have a freaking Giganotosaurus doing 700 damage? Or sorry, Giganotosaurus. That's apparently the correct pronunciation. But anyways, I think while we're back showcasing this mod again, I should go over all the 20 monkey knowledge, custom monkey knowledge that there is, just in case you guys missed that first one or forgot what was in there, because I certainly forgot to. So let's start with the primary effects. I already showed you the top 2. Bon Voyage increases the bomb shooter's projectiles and allows it to pop any balloon type. Attack attacks constantly, and you can stay at 10 times fast, and projectiles travel further. ICU looks like it takes and removes count for balloons, so kind of like in Brittleman, except on every other Ice Monkey. And Gorilla Glue makes them, the glue globs, do damage on hit. Anyways, before the military part, I just realized that, right, the melee attack doesn't hit any purples. That's why I guess we got the Falcons tap out. Now, I probably should have cross-pathed at least one of them to top path, because, yeah, generally you want speed or if you want any combination of, or 2, pick 2 of 3 from damage, speed, and range/pierce. Usually, I mean, you guys already know, I love getting the actual damage DPS, so speed and damage. Yes, guys, I'm an official Pierce hater. Also, for Let's I just moved up the Atosaurus. The reason why I'm not putting in the good spot is, again, I just want to showcase the melee attack. Speaking of which, I'm going to balance out the other side now with another beast with top path. But yeah, let's just quickly go over military. So we've got snipers can critical strike for double damage. Monkey subs don't need a submerge to gain submerge benefits. And the Dreadnought from BTD5, where the cannons have cannonballs instead of grapes. And then we have a forward-firing monkey ace. Heli pilots that move really fast, mortars that can target, and dartlings that can target. Moving on to Crystal Ball, this one basically gives the wizards advanced intel, and the Shadow Double increases the shurikens from the Ninja Monkey, gives an extra one. Alchemists last for 50% more shots, and Druids' personal sniping buffs always have a maximum effects. Also, back to the game here, I'm gonna kill this Recon by retargeting the Falcons or Horned Owls now. Yeah, let's just finish it off real quick. So, support has real healthy bananas. That's the same as in BT5. Spiking power is basically smart spikes, but on every upgrade. Digital amplification gives monkey villages more range. Engineers permanently overclock themselves, and as you see right here, the Beast Handler monkey knowledge. Anyways, we got 2 V-Raptors now for round 40. It looks like it's actually doing more than like 3 damage, because I thought it was +1 per. Also, I'm just gonna mail this round because I'm lazy and did not prepare for this round, but yeah. Yeah, I guess I didn't look into the code like that in detail, but it looks like it's actually not +1 per tier. It's actually like tier squared. So for example, this is 3 times 3 = 9, and then +1 for the base. That's why I was doing 10 damage to them up there, which, yeah, it's pretty good. That's why I probably should have gone 230. Maybe with some monkey villages. Yeah, right. This is actually really good. Look at this. I got the monkey knowledge for the village there, so let me just also go for jungle drums. So let me go and fix our mistakes here by going for now top path V-Raptors. So these have increased attack speed and 10 damage. Honestly, I think it's a little bit too strong. Like, we've only paid, like, you already know Velociraptors are insane. Now what if the Beast Handler just gained the V-Raptor attack itself? Like, let's take a look here. We shouldn't even need to retarget the V-Raptors, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty solid. So solid that I think I'm just gonna skip the bond path entirely. We're gonna buy some Neo ones back. Or maybe I could have re-merged them, honestly. I wonder if merging the Beast Handlers increases the attack speed itself. Maybe I'll test that after. Yeah, let me just get this one back here, 230. And yeah, let's do some testing, shall we? So let me merge here to see if this does any more. Yeah, that looks like it does a lot more damage to me. Or not, actually, nope, no, I'm seeing ticks of 10, so I don't think this thing's shooting any faster. We're just getting the stronger V-Raptor from it, so I think I'm better off not merging in that case. Although, let me just test here. If I do merge, I actually do keep the beast standard attack, so never mind. This actually is completely fine to do. Because, like, why not get, again, max V-Raptor, because that's the most cost-efficient per damage V-Raptor you want to get. And then you still benefit from the beast standard attack itself. Anyways, is it time to go for T-Rex? I think so, sure. So now if the math adds up properly, this should be doing 17 damage per shot, yep. I think it's going up by increments of 17. Let's see what this means for 63, though. Doesn't 10 damage turn it all into rainbows? That is true. But the V-Raptor's T-Rex clean up, which is cool. I think before we go for any tier 5 beasts here, I want to try out that Super Monkey knowledge I mentioned earlier. That was at least new to me. So if I'm reading it correctly, it sounds like Sun Avatars like increased attack speed, Robos increase range, and then Dark Knights increase pierce. It's not like all three of them you get for each of the tier 3s, it's like one separate. It's gonna cost a lot of money though. I'm gonna do a challenge, set up a challenge myself, like, to maybe not use farms for this too. I think that only makes sense considering we're getting so many benefits from the Mega Knowledge Pack anyways, that even on a hard map like this, it should make for a pretty difficult time, I would hope. So I'm just going for the cheap one. So Dark Knight first, and then we'll just do a Robo after, even though I don't really want more range at the moment. So here's Robo Monkey, and yep, I see an icon, alright? So that's increased Pierce, I think, on the Robo Monkey. And this is increased range. Like, if you want a comparison, the 000 is pretty close in the range to Dark Knight. You see it's considerably smaller when I hover over a new one. I feel like the Dark Knight would be really good in combination with the Sun Avatar, because that has pretty low Pierce when you want the good Sun Avatar crosspath, so I'm talking like a 301. I think I'm gonna get that. And yeah, I think the range that we're getting from the middle path too is enough so that when I get Sun Avatar, it should be able to reach the right side. I suppose here we can see the difference it makes, so let's buy it. And yep, that's a pretty sizable range increase. So now each one's gonna benefit from each other greatly, so I guess we'll fully crosspath them so that they're actually really decent. Also, I'm gonna get a Mib, because yeah, purple's gonna be annoying, that's for sure. Now I think it's finally time to go for some tier 5 beasts, so I'm still gonna do the Giga, but before that, I do want to just test to see how fast does the main beast attack if I just go straight into attacks, because you saw earlier that, again, the damage is like exponential per tier. And even just a tier 3 beast, yeah, that's shooting a lot faster than the tier 2. So if I get an Orca, I'm gonna get some hypersonic attacks going from the main beast handler, which I know at this point is gonna be doing much damage. Like, even if I get the tier 2, it's gonna be doing 5 damage per stick poke. Pretty weak stuff, but it's fun. And plus, Orca can do some things like one-shot / slowdown some balloons, so you guys are worth keeping around. But yeah, not gonna lie, I'm quite glad that I'm redoing this mod again, because I only did one video on it, and there's no way I possibly could have covered everything in that one episode with there being 20 different things. So there's one more thing I want to test. The Alchemist, remember, this gets 50% more shots on whatever it alks. Or it alks, yeah. I probably shouldn't put it next to Geraldo, because that's useless. But that's huge for Super Monkeys, because they always eat up their buff, like, almost immediately. Especially the Robo, yeah. I think I'll get a new one next to the Sun Avatar. And you'll see how long this lasts. Wait for it. Yep, there's the red buff. And it's gone now. And that's with the Monkey Knowledge. If not for that, then we'd have even less uptime. Also, I'm gonna use one stun here for 98. But otherwise, I think we're good, right? Yes, sir. And 99 here. I gotta use another stun. Okay, I feel like the last tournaments are gonna be a nightmare to deal with. Again, the Beast Handler and Monkey Knowledge appeared mid-game, and now it's time for the Sun Avatars, or the Super Monkeys, to have their knowledge carry late game. I think I might benefit from a Jar Pickle on the Sun Avatar, so let me just do that real quick. Yeah, let's make sure to stun the DTs here, just so we make sure we can beat the insides. One more stun. Nice. Okay, so while I'm already here, what other Monkey Knowledge was there? Double Ranga, right? I wonder if the Double Ranga applies to the Molpress. Like, do we get double the knockback from them? Let's just test and see. Well, it's hard to see right there, but it'd still be useful regardless to get. Yeah, it is helping stall out the right side, so we're beating one side at a time, but I think it's still too much. Yeah, way too much density on this round. Alright, here's what I'll do for myself. We'll get a tech tower. One-shotting the insides would be nice. And let's use it now. There we go. That should clear all the density for us to beat the last MCG. Nice. Here comes more ceramics. Okay, gotta use a T-Rex ability there. Not gonna lie, they're still coming in handy. And not the main beast attack anymore, but just the T-Rex stun itself, which is a pretty nice utility ability, not gonna lie. Let me also just give a couple count potions to the two smallest range towers here. Just so, in case the range helps out. Also, this round, definitely a stun. And one more stun. And I think we got a tech tier now. And that's how you beat 106, folks. So yeah, that'll last till the end of the game. I'll wait for the next potion to come up. There's something to be said, though, about the satisfaction of just using a tech tier ability to wipe out everything on the screen. It didn't quite work that time. I think it's best to do probably, like, start off with T-Rex stuns. And only when we've used both abilities and the balloons are clumped is when we should unload the ability. So let me just stall one more time here. And then I think one more for the BFBs here, right? Okay. Ability now? I don't think that was... Oh, wow, those cerams just got out of range. Okay, I just got myself one more T-Rex for this round, just for an extra stun, and also a bit more support on the right side here. Just because we already have the Sun Avatar focused on the left side, so I feel like that would be a good idea. It means one side will pop faster than the other. Also, one more stun here, and I think we'll use our last stun. Actually, no, I'll use Tech Tier now. And we should be able to clean up the final part. Yeah, each round is kind of a struggle, not gonna lie. We'll have a Dark Champion, but I think I'm just gonna use the rest of money on more T-Rexes, honestly. Like, the DPS is there, we just need to stall it long enough. And T-Rexes are good for that. Okay, just one more round of DTs here, which I think we're dead to. Unless the stun can hold off for now. No, I think we can hold off, okay. So, I do have the 4 T-Rex now, so I can go for the Giga, but I need $30,000 extra. So I might sell some Super Monkeys just for the last round there. I think we need to see how much damage the stick can do, even if it's probably very little. I think 2 of the bats are going on the left side, right? Yeah, okay. I don't think I can sell any of these towers, though. That's the thing. I'll see, though. So let's sell, and sell the Alps, too, and sell this. There we go. There's Giga. Is it too late, though? I think it might be too late. I think I can survive the first bat here if I just use stun here. Nope, died of camos. Okay, good news, though. I think if I just sell the Alp buffs here, I can still go for the Giga without selling the Mib or the Dark Knight, so that's good. Also, a nice feature with the range increase of the Dark Knight. You can Dark Shift it a pretty large amount, so let's go again. We're going to be starting the damage real early. Yeah, I think this is definitely the run, if there had to be the run. Let's move it to the right side here. Let's also get one more to merge into so we can do some micro. Not gonna lie, though, I think this is going to come down to the wire. Yeah, there's more. Oh, camos. Hang on, let me sell this for a Regi potion so that I can... Oh, that was so close. Alright, I forgot I could use Geraldo's Genie, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be made a lot easier now, right? I'm just gonna glue to be safe. And the final stretch here... There we go. That was a little bit more annoying than I thought, but nonetheless, hope you enjoyed. And also, here's the 26 damage, I think, Beast Handler stick. Considering how close it was, I'd like to say it made maybe a small difference in whether we beat that round or not. Well, especially the, again, Super Giganotosaurus. I think without it, definitely wouldn't have had as easy a time, but yeah, that is it. We have successfully unlocked the Balloon Chipper in BT6. Legend says if you want to unlock the Balloon Chipper yourself for this game, you gotta leave a like on this video. But otherwise, yeah. If something doesn't seem right about this temple, well, they're not wrong, because this is actually a Sun Avatar on a temple base, and that's what this video is about. We've got a modded tower to showcase called the Temple Base, and it's really just, well, the bottom of the temple. You can place one tower on it, and you can give it buffs, or you could give it, like, temple-like properties. Thanks to Doom Bubbles for creating this mod. It's got a full 3 pads of 15 upgrades, so can't wait to check it out. The map we'll do is Minecraft Desert. I think I played this modded map before, but I didn't beat it with the challenge I did on it before. But let's tackle it down now. And let's start with the temple base. It's basically doesn't attack, obviously. It, at base, only does increase the range of a tower. So as you can see, when you move the attack out, the range decreases. So not really something worth using as a 0/0/0, but of course we'll continue to give it buffs. So let's just check out what each path does. So top path, increases Pierce by 2, which is insane for attack shooters. Basically, it triples the amount of pop power. And then we have Solar Flares, which allows Trojan to target Camel Balloons. Very cool. And then Speed of Light increases attack speed. You really can't go wrong with any of these three for the attack. If only I enabled the ultimate cross padding, this attack might have been may go a little crazy. I think the first upgrade I'll buy for this one is fairly obvious, the triple damage one. And I guess I'll cross pad it with Speed of Light, because I guess I could just keep it camo, like, with the camo sub. Easy as that. And I guess I'll take a look at tier 2. Sunburn increases damage by the Chosen by 1, which is basically double damage to attack shooters. It only does, well, again, 1 damage, 1 pierce. Literally the best thing you could give buffs to. Before that, though, buy Speed of Light, and we'll buy a couple upgrades on the attack as well. How about upgrade to 202? It's basically giving us the tempo support buffs, but at a severely reduced cost, which is pretty nice. We also have another support thingy. Light on Cash decreases the cost by 5%. I guess we'll get it ahead of time. I probably shouldn't have upgraded any of the upgrades beforehand, but I mean, we probably only lost like $10 from that, so no biggie. And from here, we can choose to possibly go for a tier 3 bottom. I guess I'll just show ya. 514K. This activates some of the Sun Temple Sacrifice attacks for the Chosen's power set. I think this is not like... This just allows the Temple to actually start attacking by giving it some of its abilities, which I'll show later. For now, let's double the damage attack. Just kind of think of it as if we got the Attack Shooter upgrade to Hot Shots with that Sunburn ability now. We don't have the upgrade that allows it to pop every type of balloon yet. I don't think that's smaller. It does further increase damage in multiplies. Yeah, I'm gonna need some light DP. I guess what better option is there than to go for an Alchemist that we can also buff the attack with. Although I don't know if it actually will buff the Temple base, because like this counts as a tower, right? And the footprint is almost like identical. So there's a chance it might throw it on the Temple. In fact, we can just give it a go. Aim debuff. Oh, wait. No, land on the attack. But I'll keep a close eye on if it ever lands on the Temple base, or maybe it was coded so that it ignores the Temple base, which would be correct. And it looks like, yeah, it's not being thrown, so nice job, Doom Bubbles, for that one. Not gonna lie, pretty nice to see a 202 attack shred this much, although I guess 36 has some problems. We'll finally upgrade to 203, I think. That should hold till 39 or 40, and then we'll save for Solar Mauler on that round. Attack is already really good against mobs, though, but I guess why not make it extra good against them? So let's go ahead and buy it now. Around 40, and we'll see how quickly it gets taken down. Alright, 1 shot, 2 shots. Oh, right, Ben Trojan exists. That's why there's no insides. Yeah, it was fairly decently fast. I assume it's just a +1 damage buff. And now let's take a look at the tier 4 ability. Solar Eruption. Actually, hold up. First things first. Gonna leak into 43 here. I'll buy a Berserker. I'll keep this a low tier as long as possible, just because funny seeing, again, a low tier kind of shred like that. Don't know if you guys agree with me on that, but like when I do my super buff videos, it's always kind of interesting to see the lower tier shred, more so than the higher tiers, because I guess you already expect them to like do a lot of damage, but it's kind of wacky seeing, again, like a cheap tower defend so long. So as I said, Solar Eruption, the Chosen's damaging projectiles cause explosions on first contact, so kind of like Splody darts, but, you know, Splody anything. And that's great, because again, 16 projectiles means many explosions. And yeah, let me just go ahead and skip the Overdrive upgrade. We're going to see how long we can make it with some super buffed temple bases. And there it is, Solar Eruption just in time for 49. So let's take a look. Oh, wow. That's not the explosions that I was thinking about, but that's definitely very interesting. The explosion is a light beam instead. It looks like it just annihilated 49. And here it is against the Moab. Also a very fast scale. And this tier 5 is very expensive. Doesn't really tell us very much. The power of the sun is in the palm of your hand. If I had to guess, I guess we get true Sun God explosions from each projectile, which sounds pretty cool, but again, it's expensive. So I think we'll build another farm, a couple more farms, then we'll build a second temple base, and I'll see what tower I want to build on that. Okay, so let's see. We're starting to leak to a couple balloons here, so let's go for it. We'll do a new base over here, and I haven't decided what tower I want to get yet. I want to say, though, how about a low-tier Super Monkey? I think that'll be interesting to see. Again, anything with low damage, pierce, and high attack speed, I think works great with buff. So this time we're going to go middle path. I'm going to cross path this one, though, because, again, more pierce and double damage on the dart. Basically turns it into like, yeah, very strong super monkey projectile. And so, let's see. So, camo. This lets it see over walls, which isn't very useful, because... Actually, there is walls on this map, right? Yeah. The little Minecraft trees. They exist, so let's buy that. Well, I bought it already. And funny enough, it still shows the red. But, as you can see, assuming he does shoot over. So that's cool. And let's take a look at Sunbeam. So, Chosen can damage all balloon types. Not bad for $2,000. It's like a mid at home. And let's see if we can handle round 60 with attack of this super monkey. Alright. Decent. Tier 4 middle path, we have an ability, as per usual. The Chosen becomes the Avatar Soul for 15 seconds, with a 60-second cooldown. Not sure I can save up for that next round. Able to sell a farm if I have to. Or maybe there's a chance we can beat it with the Pierce of the attack. Nah, not even close, alright. How about if I siphon wave 1? I might be able to afford a mid-round. There's a bunch of rainbows gotta deal with, that's all. Also not enough. Okay, enough's enough. Let's just do overdrive. And not waste any time here. And we'll buy Avatar Assault as well. And if I don't use any bend abilities, it's also still not enough. I guess the explosions of the solar eruption have limited pierce. Fair enough. I'll do Siphon then. And now it should definitely be enough. For the rainbows, yes. The thing is that, though, I don't even have the ability yet for wave 2. Okay, I do. So let's go ahead and use it. And it looks like, yeah, it just turns into a straight up temple for 15 seconds. I might have used it too early, though, because I'm pretty sure I'm dead to third wave. Okay, quickly. Tier 4 Alph. Yeah, just timed out at just the worst possible time. Okay, it's enough, though. That's good. Okay, if I had to guess, though, I'm pretty sure it just turns it into a vanilla temple, which, for 20k, I mean, that's not bad, I guess. Because you still saw that the Super Monkey was attacking, so we still have the main attack of it, which is nice and handy. And I'm not going to get it next, but let's just take a quick peek at Soul Incarnate. The middle path tier 5. Chosen becomes Soul Incarnate for 15 seconds for 45-second cooldown. My guess, True Sun God Temple. I think that sounds the most logical now. Let's explore the bottom path. I'm not going to drop a tower on it yet, just to see what the upgrades are first. So, we've already seen attack speed and cost reduction. We have seen this, but I haven't actually used it. So let's go ahead and buy it, and let's see what it does. Nothing. Well, that's probably because I haven't dropped a tower on it yet, so let me just go ahead and drop a dart monkey, I guess. And, oh, okay. So we get blades shooting out from the tower itself. So that's nice. So let's say with this ability, we have golden blade shooting out in 8 different directions. Can't tell how much damage it does, but it looks like it one-shot ceramic, so that's nice. I wonder if it also benefits from, like, the pierce and damage upgrades. Should I get that or not? Or should I do it for camo? And the other things. I'll go with this, because we already have camo again. I'll buy a reactor in this one. This do be a pretty expensive path, though. As you see, the next upgrade, tier 4, is 54k. Looks like we add a golden spectre, do we? Activate the rest of the Sun Temple sacrifice attacks. The rest of, so it might be actually more than the military plane. Guess we'll find out. Like, I guess this might mean we get the Superstorm blowbacks of the temple, and maybe the grapes from the magic sacrifice. Let's just go ahead and buy it and see. I got it. I see glaives instead of blades now. Okay. How come it's not doing as much damage as it looks? Is that okay? The damage is coming from the temple base itself. That's the pop count added. Oh, hang on. I think I know what's going on. So, the Chosen's tower set. So, if it's primary, is that why we're getting glaives? Like, what if I go for a military tower? Oh, I sold the wrong thing. Okay, reset, though. If I go for this, will I get military planes? I do. Okay, this is a pretty sick tower, not gonna lie. Top percent of mods right here, folks. Like, and the thing is, I'm pretty sure this might scale with the tower it dropped itself. Like, if I go for a 50k tower, we'll get max military. Because it looks like these planes aren't doing a whole lot right now, right? Seems pretty weak. So, let me go for a magic next, just to show you. Yeah, we get the grape thing. The grape attack. I'm not sure what support gives, but I'm pretty sure I'll give nothing, since it's not, like, it doesn't add support effect. Also, looks like we don't need 50k, because we spawn mini sun avatars. Actually, no. It's not attacking. I think it'll start attacking if we get a 50k tower. Should I do it now? Or should I wait? Let me just look at the 108k upgrade. Okay, True Sun God. That's to be expected. How about we sell the Druid, and we'll come back to that later, so we can focus on, maybe Daybreak. See what this does. Like, thematically speaking, I really like this tower mod. it just seems very realistic and something that could fit within the game itself. So, I think it's time to go for Daybreak, even though we're not really struggling. Actually, we're struggling now, round 92. Okay, that's a great time to build then. So yeah, no need for Attack Zone. Why don't we just go for the true Sun God Explosions now, right? Yep. True Sun God Explosions indeed. You kind of see the circle get disrupted whenever there's balloons in range. That's where they explode, obviously. And let's see the difference. Not gonna lie, it kind of feels like it's not as strong as I thought, but clearly it's way stronger seeing that it just melted 92. Again, it probably has to do with the, I just lost a bunch of lives, but yeah, it probably has to do with the insane attack speed of the overdrive. Turns out we're still leaking, so I guess we'll go for Soul Incarnate. Yeah, let's do it now. So do we need to activate it this round? Yeah, we do. True Sun God, activate. Again, I assume it's a vanilla TSG, which should definitely be strong enough. I think I need to use Temple again for 96. Yeah, we're struggling all right. Since we're struggling, I guess I'll go ahead and drop a Magic Tower down again. And okay, let's get the 50k. So is Avatar around 50k? It is. It is. Okay, can we get some Avatars attacking, or what? Do we see any Superstorm attacks either? I don't think so. I think the Avatar is just doing the majority of the damage so far. And here's 99. Is that attack even doing damage to FDAT? It might not be, because again, it doesn't have a MIB on it. Let me just see though. I thought the explosions would at least do some DT damage, but yeah. Alright, let's see what we should get. Okay, so we'll just do the easy way then. How about a MIB? Let the attacks actually do damage, and that is surprisingly still not enough. Okay, Tax Zone and MIB. Definitely shouldn't have any problems anymore. So I kind of feel like this 100k upgrade isn't quite worth the price, because I thought it would be supposed to do a lot more. But yeah, it looks like the Sun Avatars still aren't spawning. Really weird. We definitely have 40k, 50k of magic right now, but it ain't working. I'll do a military real quick. Hang on. Actually, we might not need it because it beats around 100 nicely. Cool. But I want to see if the planes do more damage with a higher dartling gun over here. So I'll do a Bez. So right now, Bat still is doing a lot of damage. If I buy this, military planes, nope, doesn't seem to increase with cost. That would be really cool though, but probably asking too much. Already, again, really sick mod in of itself. So let's just save up for the 108k upgrade now. I bet we could use some of that TSG action. So here we go. Got it. We got true Sun God planes, but are they still... Okay, we got 4 of them instead of 2. They seem to be shooting really slow, though. Maybe you only get the explosions of the military planes, because remember, like, they have Darkstream attacks, I'm pretty sure, right? Either way, I've seen enough of military. Let's go for a primary attack. Still shooting at Golden Glaives. If I upgrade this to a Plasma Monkey Fan Club, do the Glaives get any stronger? Looking at the Temple Base's damage, I don't really think so. Alright, maybe we can have the Magic Tower start working. How about that? Back to Avatar Wrath. Spawn Mini Sun Avatar is still not working. Okay. Pop count of the base temple is going up, but that's probably just because, again, the Rape. Whatever you call that attack. I never know what to call it. Let's just try Engie, though, to see if support does anything. Probably not. It does give us, hang on. Oh, it gives us true Sun God buffs. You saw the Sun, like, the attack zone? Just got buffed an insane amount. Now, I wonder why it's getting the buff, because right now, the range of the Engie doesn't even reach the attack, but we're getting the buff anyways. Okay, I think if anything, a support plus Launchpad Tier 5 is by far the best thing ever. I think it's too good, so I'll get rid of it, and we'll see if we can take it all the way with just these. So at what point does Tax Zone start struggling? It looks like around 111, so I'm gonna have to start either siphoning or using that TSG ability. Now, maybe I even go for Energizer just to make that TSG buff a little bit faster. It is pretty cool to see the TSG explosions increase as the temple gets range. I'm gonna go ahead and use the ability there, and let's give it even more range for the funsies. So you see, with P-training, wow, it increases a huge amount already. If I do P-mentoring, it increases even more, I think. And lastly, let's just do the expertise, because why not? That should give more range, but okay, I guess there's a cap. Maybe it's the, yeah, it might be the lifespan of the attack. It doesn't go any further, because if I'm gonna die here. Guess we'll siphon this round. But if I, yeah, go for like a P-Brew, it still won't go any further. Because that's a lifespan limit problem. And I don't know what gives lifespan limit. But okay, siphon's good for 116. And now to see if a super buff attack zone on a tunnel base can take down a bad. With all those attacks being used, certainly looks good. I think we need to use Temple over here, though. No, we're good. I'll make sure to hover it, just in case, though. If anything gets far, but nah. I think we got this. Nice. Attack zone. Tunnel base OP. Not quite as OP as the support plus spawn path combo, but yeah. That's gonna do it for this tower showcase. Really awesome mod. Thank you, Doom Bubbles, again, for creating it. So we only cover the most epic of mods on this channel, and hopefully this one is not much different from that. It is a sacrifice everywhere mod made by Graham Cracker, and basically what it does is every tower now gains a sacrifice ability, and so by sacrificing anything to that tower gets bigger and stronger. Well, as for exactly how much stronger, well, I don't know the numbers, but as you can see, it's quite a noticeable difference on this Dark Champion over here. Gains more range, speed, damage, probably pierce. However, a couple stipulations of this mod, upgrading it loses all the buffs, so make sure not to do that. And also, the tower that gets the buff also gains additional sell price. Only 25% of it, of course. So selling is probably something we don't want to do. So I think how we'll play this mod out is we'll try to just put everything into one tower. All the damage in one tower, but to also spice up the variety so I'm not stuck with the one tower for the entire game. I will change that tower, I guess, once every 20 rounds. So, I guess for starters, we got a 0/0/0 Dark Monkey here, over here, and we're just going to sacrifice as much as we need in order for it to beat 20 rounds over here. So, it pretty much doesn't matter what I sacrifice, because it's just based on the cost of the tower. So, I think I probably need to just get something right now. Let me do a bomb, and let's go ahead and sacrifice it. As you can see, sacrificing it, it doesn't really make it too much stronger, although I think I feel the attack speed difference. Size-wise, it probably increased a very small sliver. But yeah, I don't know if this is doable on a map as quote-unquote hard as this. Let's try an extra Dart Monkey. At some point, we'll eventually do 2 damage with the dart. But for now, we're going to keep bleeding lives. Yeah, nobody said the sacrificing thing was going to be economical. So, like, kind of like a Dora, you don't want to sacrifice too much into her early, otherwise it won't pay off. And yeah, we spent probably 1k on this Dark Monkey, and it pretty much looks the exact same, so let's try another tower. Alright, here's a new plan. It probably is too hard to put all of our eggs into one tower, when you can see the returns aren't very good, so maybe we'll start the one tower at about round 20 or so. For now, we'll use this time to just farm. Apologies for the scuffed defense, but we have now made it to round 20, so now I'm gonna try to get something that at least kind of holds its own for the earlier round, so how about a double shot ninja? This will probably work for everything except leads, to which I'll probably get, like, an AMD buff or an Alchemist buff. We'll buy Cal drops too, because why not? All I know is that this cannot solo to round 40, so we'll use money into sacrifices to allow us to survive. I should also note that I'm not playing this account editor, and instead of the real game, because apparently when I retry last round, this mod also kind of is a bit finicky in that it won't load correctly and that all the sacrifices made to the tower will be gone. So for that, we have to just do one continuous run here without backing out. And as such, I think after 6 farms and maybe 1 marketplace, we're going to start pumping stuff into the double shot. There's no way this thing is going to beat round 35, so let me just save up for Alpha first. Why don't we cheese it a little bit? Give an Alpha, and then eat up the Alchemist. And let's see if we notice any difference in how much stronger it is. Is it doing extra layers? Hard to say exactly. But it definitely feels stronger. I don't know about you. Let's just see pinks here, yeah. I'm pretty sure a normal double shot would struggle with that. Also, another underrated thing about sacrificing to Cow Drops is if it does increase every stat, including Pierce, then Cow Drops will benefit twice as much. Because it'll shoot faster as well as have more Pierce. Kind of like a Spike Factory, you know? How in the Ascended Upgrades mod. It ended up going pretty crazy with, like, Engineers and Factories. I'm gonna need AMD again, by the way. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised at how this Double Shot Ninja is doing with just 2k sacrifices. Because remember, 1k of sacrifices with the Dark Monkey pretty much boosted the stats almost 0. But I guess that wouldn't make sense if it's like a multiplicative effect. Anyways, take a look at the Ninja here. Oh yeah, it popped really quickly. And I guess while we're on the same category as towers that benefit doubly from these buffs, how about a Sentry? Not Sentry Champion, obviously can't afford it, but a Sexpert. Do love this experts. I will do 402 because balloons are annoying. And let me just make sure to get camo first. And I guess similarly to the ninja, I'm just going to sacrifice the op buff to it. Just to see, well, if we can notice any difference in how strong these guys are. I think we might need more sacrifices. Yeah, it's struggling a little bit. How about 2 out buffs? Total sacrifice now around probably a little over 4k. Also, I guess since I'm worried about dying, I mentioned earlier that restarting like previous round will cause all the buffs to reset. I'll just do a factoring back just to save me from having to use a bunch of continues if it does end up getting to that point. But yeah, I think I'm starting to notice the attack speed difference. We get up to 6 Sentry spawned with this expert. I think before, even without any buffs, it's like 4. To be honest though, it might not be fast enough. Hang on, 54 here is around that. We're leaking 2. Let's get another buff. Yeah, we would have died if I didn't get these factory. Normal laser Sentry is doing 4 damage. This one's doing 2. If I'm looking at the stats of the Sentry right, that actually is still the same amount of damage. So I guess we're only benefiting in terms of attack speed at the moment. Although I guess maybe haven't reached that extra damage threshold yet. Either way, that's the end for this expert. What tower now? Again, I want something that definitely has no chance of surviving up to round 80 on its own. This might be a dumb idea, or dangerous idea, but Buckshot. Guess I'll just sacrifice the Sentry Expert, because if it's based on cell cost, then yeah, it should be the same as sacrificing any other tower worth its cost. So here we go. I got rid of it, and it doesn't... Hang on. It's obviously not strong enough. I probably might need to put it in a better spot, actually. But whatever, I'll keep it. We'll keep it till it gets to a point where this thing shoots fast enough that I guess it'll be able to beat anything. Another sacrifice, come on. 63 looks pretty easy because we have the exact amount of damage where it doesn't create too many children. Only zebras and white balloons. Okay, we are struggling to blow up tier. Let's sacrifice again. I think spike balls will probably save us here. Actually, nah, Buckshot's doing a little better now. And yeah, if I just do the math right, remember, it's only 25% of the tower that I sacrificed gets into cell cost. This was 5k originally, I remember. So that means we sacrificed at least $20,000 into this guy, if not more. And I guess I will say, based on this doing, like, we're not getting terrible value. Not great, not terrible. At this rate, though, we'll probably only be able to survive 3.6 more rounds, given that I don't know why round 72 of all things is hard. Alright, round 80, we've cleared the board again. What tower should we try out next? I don't know, maybe the funsies, we can try the ISAB monkey. We'll give it a mib, and I have 90k to work with, so I'll give... let's sacrifice a Dark Champion for 80k. So you should definitely be able to see the size difference once I gobble up this guy, and the range difference. So let me go ahead and eat you up. And attaboy. And that's what I like to see, the true power of the ISAB monkey. Funnily, if it looks like the weapons it's shooting from, like the robo arms, aren't any bigger, but the head just got increased. Is it just me? Let me just take a look again. Yeah, it's definitely just the head that got increased. Okay, Mr. Big Head. Let's go ahead and see if something 3 times the value can make it to around 100 here, or if it's even too easy. I might just maybe extend it to another 120 rounds. So I've had to say, it definitely feels like this buff is multiplicative. I guess I can experiment by... Maybe, since I have so much money, let's just try Dark Monkey again. If I sacrifice it to a Dark Champion, do I get it as strong as this ISAB Monkey here? So here we go again, sacrifice. And there's the Dark Monkey. Yeah, look how much worse it is. I mean, the damage is okay for a 000 Dark Monkey. But yeah, clearly it's not even enough to be able to handle 96 over here. So I guess knowing that, it may not be interesting right now to see towers that are expensive and given a lot of sacrifices, because obviously they'd be too strong. Might be more fun just seeing weak Dart Monkeys, or weak towers, shred. And if I take a look at the Dart Monkey's damage, it looks like it's going up, I don't know, 11, 12. So there it is, GG, around 100. I'm gonna keep going to maybe 120 or beyond. But yeah, I guess if you look at it that way, towers are better with this mod when they're more expensive. It's basically just like the Ascended Upgrades mod all over again. And it does look like at this point, yeah, all ISAB needed was more size. And look how much he is capable of now. Who's to say size doesn't matter? Because it certainly does. Yeah, after this round, let's try a new tower. I think we've seen enough of you over here. So I don't want to go anything more expensive for this guy, because it'd probably be too much, too overbearing. I guess we have so much money at this point that we could probably just go for something cheap. Like, how about just a Dragon's Breath? Strong mid-game option. But what happens if we... let's just give it a Legend of the Night. And, I wonder how much that increased size. Here we go. Eat you up. And, oh boy. Yeah, that's probably what I expected. Actually, what I didn't expect was that it would end up causing lag, because, yeah, I think it... That might have been a little bit too much sacrifices. I think the lag might be the amount of wall fires that it's dropping, like, right below itself, because... Yeah, that speed is increased too, and... probably such a rate that that's the reason why this game is lagging. Also, kind of funny to see when there's no balloons in range, the wall fire just kind of jitters. Because, yeah, that's pretty much how quickly it spawns out wall fires. And I'm pretty sure when the round ends, the game lags too, because it needs to take time to get rid of all those wall fires to spawn new ones. Okay, I don't know if I can handle another round of this, so let me just get rid of the Dragon's Breath now, okay? Perhaps we should stick to slower Titan Towers so that the game doesn't like that badly. So how about a, I don't know, Mob Assassin with heavy bombs? Sounds like a recipe for disaster against ceramics, but the hope is that it does enough damage that it does not even matter anymore. So here we go. Let's get a big boy mauler. The more detailed the tower, also the more polygons you can see on this tower. In fact, let me just go ahead and enhance anymore, because it doesn't look like this tower is really much of a lag causer. So how about an anti-balloon sacrifice? Another 90k add to it. Even bigger. Oh wait, what's happening? Why are we not hitting... Oh, that's weird. I wonder why I just died for some reason. I wonder why sacrificing it made it worse. That's awfully strange. Let me just go ahead and sacrifice the Legend Knight again, and now we cannot even see the screen. That's great. Yeah, that was strange, right? It looks like something that this mod does not improve on, at least with more sacrifices, is the projectile speed. So how about I give it a primary mentoring to help out? I think that increases the projectile speed. Yeah, folks, this mod is getting real scuffed. And also, I don't even think you barely saw the F-Bat spawn there. I wonder if the ability also gets an attack speed increase. It'll be hard to tell, though, because the moment this thing spawns in, it just dies. I don't think it made a difference, though. But yeah, okay, I'd like to see the screen again, please and thanks. Let me go ahead and, I guess, yeah, we'll try Attack Shooter. I don't want to choose the Overdrive, though, because, again, I don't want it shooting too fast that it break my game. So how about just a Blade Shader? How about a Maelstrom? I want to see if that also gets the bonus attack speed. So, Sacrifice? I don't think I can even see the icon. Let's hope I sacrifice the right thing. Perfect. Now, I don't know if that's enough sacrifices, so let me just play the round and see first, okay? Wait for it, use the ability, and oh, it's not even stronger. Luckily, it's still strong enough to be able to take down a bat. And that was just me sacrificing the big bomb. So maybe the full power does get transferred, because I was expecting it to not do that great, considering I assumed we were just getting 25% of its power based on the cell cost. But hell, maybe this is 25% of the power, because you just saw the assassin was just plowing through rounds. Okay, what's another crappy tower that we could experiment with? How about a Spike Bolt? I'm down to try. So let me get rid of the blade to see if it transfers. The power transfers over. It did not, quickly. Sacrifice the Legend of the Night. And I don't know about you, but I don't see it. Why is it not shooting very fast at all? Oh wait, there it is. Yeah, okay, now we're talking. I was just looking at the animation of the Dart Monkey. In fact, the animation is so fast that it doesn't even look like it's doing its attack. But yeah, do you think at this point we can return back to Dart Monkey to see if we give it $1 million worth of sacrifices, it can also be at 160? Because, I mean, if a Spike will do it, we've been basically going cheaper and cheaper. I think it's time, to be honest. So let me just first sacrifice you, and that's not very big. So here's another sacrifice to Legend. Still not big enough. So actually, it's actually beating ZMGs decently. I'll give it one more Dark Champion sacrifice, though. Oh, I guess since there's no harm in doing so, we could probably also give the Perma Spike back here some sacrifices, just so we can ensure that nothing goes through, though. At this point, when balloons get really fast, you'll probably just end up skipping over the Spike Bomb. Maybe I'll just do normal. Okay, at this point, I kind of want to make the Dart Monkey bigger, but it's still surviving the 180s here. Come on. Start dying, when will ya? Okay, I think now it's finally starting to fall behind. We need the Perma Spike to tank the bad, so we'll just see how round 200 is, okay? I kind of wish I had the DPS display on, but you can just see here how quickly it goes up. It's nearly 100k per second. Yep, fair and balanced mod faults. That's all I gotta say. So because we're struggling, let's give it one more Legend of the Night. And now it's shooting so fast that it's legit just jittering. Wait, it's actually not even doing any damage anymore? Is that just me? Yeah, this is really strange. So I feel like, I guess the mod is a little bit bugged. Because this should not be happening. where it just gets weaker when we sacrifice it. Don't know why. Hope I'm not dead here. Come on. God damn it. Alright, I'll wait to continue here. Maybe that's the time to stop with the Dark Monkey then. How about an Ice Tower? We'll just try a couple more things here to end it all off. They actually recently changed the Ice Ghost so that it hits Moab, so I'm kind of interested to see an Ice Tower popping bads. You've never seen that before, folks. Let's play. And here we go, boys. Ice Tower in action. And it appears I forgot camo again, so fine. Oh crap, I forgot a Mib? Why is it not hitting DTs? Or I guess it's not doing enough damage, hang on. Let's sacrifice the, hang on. I keep dying here. Yeah, I don't know, what's going on? Do you see this again? So strange. Sacrifice the Supermines? And that saved me? Okay, kinda, but not really. Okay, and now lastly for some sandbox testing. I'm just gonna see a Dart Monkey sacrificed, or a Legend Knight sacrificed Dart Monkey versus, you know, a Super Monkey. I want to get to the bottom of it. Which one actually ends up doing more damage? Looks like Super Monkey edges it out, the Dart Monkey, a little bit. But I'm surprised the difference isn't any much bigger. In fact, it's actually so close you can almost say they're equal. And I know everyone loves Supermind, so how about we make that bigger too? I'm gonna even go big with a True Sun God at that. So there we go boys. Mind you, this is not a Carpet of Spikes. This is literally just the 5-2-0 shooting at normal speed. We'll send some rounds out here just to see if we can beat it. Round 400 looks like a piece of cake. How about we skip straight to round 999 to see if the Spike Factory's got enough. I don't know if the game will even load to show the panel because there's just too much going on. But I think at one frame there, we skipped up 13 million pops. So safe to say it does beat 999. Well, that's a sign I've probably gone too far. So that's it to this one. So today's mod is going to be a really spicy one. From, as you can tell by the title, we've got custom projectiles. That is, you can get any tower you want in this mod and then change the projectile of it. So right now we got a attack zone shooting out mad missiles, but we could obviously change that to, I don't know, how about a super monkey sun avatar? So basically I just gotta pull up this menu and then just type in whatever projectile I want to get, and lo and behold, we will have had that upgrade. So just for example, now we have a attack zone shooting out sun avatar bullets, obviously way weaker than a mad, but just there for showcase, and honestly it looks a lot more visually cooler. Now, of course, to make things interesting for myself, I do, of course, have to add a challenge with this mod, and here's what I got. Basically, we're going to try to do a 1 tower plus village run, but the catch is that I can only keep set tower and set projectile for a maximum of 10 rounds, just so I can't, well, pick 1 tower and then just play it out for 200, 300 rounds. That would obviously be a little bit lame. So we're going to be shifting towers and projectiles a lot, and I'm also going to say we can't use or reuse towers and the projectiles. So for example, this Dart Monkey here, well, I'm going to change this start, I think, to something that I guess won't be super useful later on in the game. So how about, for example, an 020, a missile? This should work, yep. Now we got a Dart Monkey shooting out missiles, as you can see. Don't really need anything too insane for the first 10 rounds here, so that's why we're starting off light. And of course, since it's 1 tower, I do just want to add a camo village on top of everything, just so I'm not shoehorning into going for towers that must have camo protection, which kind of means that that attack zone I got really early on in the game might be, honestly, one of the best towers. Also, is it just me, or did the Dart Monkey reset its projectile already? That's weird. Let's see if I can get it back, and if so, how long does it really last? Because I thought it would last, well, until I changed it. Maybe it was before I dropped this, or after I dropped the village, it went away. Weird. I do know, though, that upgrading a tower will reset the projectile, so keep that in mind. Also, it looks like we're actually starting to even with the missile, so I think at the end of round 10 here, we're gonna switch it out. Yeah, maybe I should have chose a little bit stronger projectile, because, like, it's not like I'm gonna be using all the strong ones in this run. So that said, new tower. I kind of want something that shoots pretty fast, so how about a dartling gun, and what projectile for this one? Let's see, how about a Dragon's Breath? Probably not even as good as a normal Dragon's Breath. Actually, oh, never mind. It's not even shooting the D-Breath, it's shooting the main Wizard Bolts. Right, I should have guessed that, since basically it probably works similar to the random projectiles, where, well, if it randomizes to a certain tower's projectile, it'll only choose one of them. And I guess that would be the main attack, aka the bolt. Luckily, again, we did it pretty early in an early round, so this should be completely fine. I guess kind of think of it like a 002 dartling, because I think this Wizard Bolt has like 2 pierce or 3 pierce or something like that. I think it's 3, so pretty close to that. And let's just see if we can end off around 20 like this, and alright. What's next, guys? Okay, let's just think of cheaper things. So how about, well, I want maybe camo, because I don't have camo village yet, so maybe a grape shot boat, and I don't know, this is probably a little bit overkill, but how about a ricochet? Does all the grapes start ricocheting? Let's see, it's just a main attack, okay. Well, either way, that's still more than enough to be able to beat the up to round 30, and good thing I went for the 302, because we need lead popping in force. Since I can basically choose any projectile in the world, these first few rounds are mostly just for testing rather than actually it being difficult. Okay, rounds 30 to 40. I'm thinking maybe a 010 Druid with, how about a Juggernaut from the Dart Monkey? I think it could just be a 400 because it doesn't really increase it with cross-pathing, and let's see it. Right, we do have the Snowball Projectile, so that makes it even more cool to look at, I guess. Perhaps knowing that this guy shoots a projectile, so it would do really well with... Oh, also, crap, I just remembered. Just like the custom projectiles mod, sometimes that happens, where even though you give it camo protection, the projectile doesn't see camo and it doesn't recognize things. What if I upgrade this, by the way? Okay, the projectile's still there. You still don't have camo. Okay, so this is what I need to do then. Here's my camo village at home. Yeah, pretty annoying, not gonna lie. This is gonna be a problem, definitely in the late game, because not being able to hit DTs until they get this far in the track is gonna be a problem. And I guess I could place my, yeah, I guess I could place the reactor a bit to the left, on the left pawn, so they can decamo the early bend here. Now, let me just see if round 40 is beatable. I just remember that the Juggernaut balls only have 12 damage per shot, or 2 damage, so 16. Actually, it's looking like more than 16, but either way, that's still enough, luckily. So, okay, let's switch out the Druid now. Actually, what I could do is, instead of wasting money like selling the Druid over and over again, this still counts as a different tower. The restriction I had was not to have the, like, exact same tower, if that makes sense. But we do have to change projectile, so let's see. This is pretty up there in price, but how about the Dark Champion? I know, crazy using one of my better ones this early, but again, I have so much to work with that it shouldn't really be a problem. Honestly, the projectile isn't even, I would say, super strong, because it's just that this Monkey shoots really fast, and that's why it does so much. Also, crap. In fact, I might even die before we get to 50. Again, I did say I can go up to 50, or up to 10 rounds, so I can obviously change it a little bit early if I want to, but I really don't want to. Looking like we might have to, though. Yeah, Super Monkey Projectile is nowhere near as good as we thought, folks. We have 2 lives left. Do I really take this? You know what? I guess I can. I mean, at the end of the day, I could just go for a Seared Force for one of my upgrades. In fact, how about we do that right now? Actually, I'll do Jungle's Bounty, okay? And this one, actually, let's do a Tech Terror. Tech Terror Projectile. Let's see how that goes. Actually, I hope I pick strong enough, because I'm pretty sure a Tech Terror Projectile is weaker than Dark Champion, but I guess I'm hoping that the vines in the ground make up for that in some way. Actually, not even close, holy crap. Well, maybe it's time to pull out a bigger projectile, a bigger and better one. Okay, let's pull out Never Miss for this next upgrade. I'm thinking what I want on it is maybe, I don't know, how about Arcane Spike Shooting, Seeking Missiles? That works, right? Yeah, it looks pretty solid to me. Don't mind the bolts flying everywhere, and because the projectile has, camo, it'll see camo. Even if the tower itself doesn't see camo, like 203. So it's good to, keep that in mind, I guess. Okay, and now that's round 60, it's time for a knee tower. Let's do Super Monkey. So many projectiles, but I have no idea which one I want. How about we try Ultra Juggernaut? You think that's enough for mob damage? Well, let's find out. Alright, Super Monkey, go. Well, they do have the ricocheting balls on the wall, so I think that should be, honestly, maybe a little bit overkill at that. That's okay, though, so long as I have other good options on the table. And one thing I didn't mention yet in this mod is that it's actually not just limited to projectiles of towers. There's actually sub-towers, paragons, and heroes. So yeah, keep that in mind. I haven't gone to the juicy details yet, and I probably want to save, well, again, the really good ones for last. So for now, what do we want to do? I think I want to keep the Super Monkey. I actually went a little bit overboard with round 60, but let's just do it quickly. So you want Plasma Blast, and what? Can we do a Perma Charge, maybe? Okay, Boomerang Monkey 250. I think this is what you do. There we go. Honestly, this is pretty much the exact same as a Perma Charge, because I would assume they shoot at equal speeds. So I guess this one isn't really too interesting, but I was kind of in panic, alright? Yeah, at this point, I kind of feel like I can't sell for anything less than a tier 5, unless I want to go for a really strong tower. Also, I am really stupid. I forgot that the proficiency let's. Well, that could all be fixed by maybe going 2-1-0 super and just doing, well, 0-5-2. There we go. That should do the job now, right? Yes, perfect. Okay, so for the end of round 80 here, do we continue the path of the Super Monkey? I mean, might as well, right? Let's not go too expensive. I think I'll do Robo Monkey for double projectiles, and let's see which one. I think we could try blowing it on maybe the Apache. I don't know if it'll be the darts or the bombs, though. So, YOLO. It better be the bombs, please. Actually, what is this? It's the lasers. Oh. Also, it's only one arm that's doing it. One of them is just normal. I think the laser's just fine, though. At least it seems to be the case. I don't know which one. Yeah, I don't know which one's actually doing more damage or not, but yeah, the laser seems pretty good to me. Yeah, it should be a lot stronger, the laser, than the plasma, because I think the plasma only does like 1 damage, but the lasers do multiple. I don't think it works on DDTs, though, does it? Now, let's just see if we can make it to the 10 rounds I was hoping for. So, DDTs, please. Please pop in time. I think we might be a little bit short. I actually don't think the lasers... Are they popping leads? Well, either way, that's not even gonna work. So, let's just get rid of it now. Okay, time to think bigger. So, we've got an ODS here, and I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. But what if I did Mortar Monkey... biggest one. We'll do Bernie, see what happens here. Okay, I think it's actually 16 explosions on the, like, literally on top. And holy crap, the moment they get decamoed, the DTs get one shot. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have chose this one so early, because it's actually really good. But again, that's okay. I think there's more than at least a dozen options that are better than this. Now, I think at this point, since we're getting late game, or very late in the game, we can afford to go a reactor over here, which does do damage, I know. But it's the only way I can get around the, you know, decamoing problem. I don't really want to decamo that late. I guess had I known this was going to be 16 on top of each other, maybe I would have went for something a little bit less than an ODS. Like, honestly, I probably could have gone away with, like, just, like, a fighter plane or something like that. Like, that damage is crazy. Just look at 98 here. Not even a problem. I think literally just one explosion on them, one shots. FBPs, yeah, pretty close to. Pretty close to. We also can't have this around 100, by the way. So, we gotta... get something new now. Alright, next on the agenda, how about an artillery battery? And I wonder how a Perma spike works with this. It'll be 205 for lead. I wonder if it should target, yeah. I think this is really good. In fact, I can even target it so that the round doesn't end that quickly. And this is just a Perma spike on steroids, which should be enough for the early hundreds here. Honestly, could have lasted even longer, because look, I can use the ability to shoot 4 times the amount of Perma spikes. Yeah, this is pretty illegal, guys. I'll just have them, like, grouped in the back. It's also funny how the spread... You can't see the spread of the mortar over here. The pile of perma spikes are slowly forming a circle over in the backside. Honestly, though, it kind of looks like it's pushing all those Moabs, so, okay. How about another ability? Just to replenish that circle over there. Okay, FZMGs, don't eat into the cookie pile too hard, alright? Still got a couple more rounds to go. There's 107. Even more ZMGs for 108. Man, this is actually getting really close. So maybe this is good to use it now, rather than waiting it later, because I'm actually not sure if that would have worked or not. Beat this round. Then we're good. Nice. Let's finally use up the Sun Avatar here. Hopefully I'm not using it too early for the projectile. I think I finally want to pull out a hero. So you can actually use hero abilities too. So for example, I think UCAV should work. So let's play, and yep. Looks like it's working indeed, guys. Super Monkey is now shooting 3 beams of slightly seeking Etienne missiles from the UCAV, and I don't know if that's actually going to be enough to beat 119, but I mean, it looks pretty good so far. ZMGs here should be a good indicator of if I picked right for this one or not, and seems to be holding off fairly well, so I got hopes for this one. Not gonna lie though, it is kind of sketch. Actually, we're gonna lose. No. Is there really no way you can beat 117 like this? Let's just see one more time. What if I put it on close? Is that better? No, it still seems to miss. Okay, last try and last. Get it? Let's see. Yep, it's dead. Well, shoot me into the sun, I guess. Let's do Grandmaster for this next one. I don't know if this works or not, but I'm gonna experiment. Ball of Light Tower for Adora. I want to see what happens. Oh. Well, I'm still gonna allow myself to use Grandmaster for this one, but just not that projectile, okay? Let's see. Guys, I think we might be reaching that point where we have to go for the big boy upgrades. How about Super Mines? I don't know if I really want to use it right now, but I don't know. I'm kind of running out of things to think about. So, Super Mine throws out a stack at once, which... Okay, maybe this is overkill. Like, let's just see 119 here. One stack. 1, 2, 3. Just 3 stacks, and it's gone. Just like that. Yeah. Pretty good, but a little too good, you know what I mean? So, okay, we keep this guy to 127. So, I would say Super Mines is probably about one of the, like, strongest projectiles that are not Paragons that you can get. So, if there's nothing else, then I think the rest of the options have to be, well, Paragon Towers. Although, let me just see. I'm kind of curious how a true Sun God Overdrive would look like. So, let's try that, shall we? Super Monkey 502 just for camo, okay? It should be a vanilla, laser beam, but that should still be more than enough, right? Well, let's take a look. My eyes. Let's play 128, and hopefully it's enough damage. Yeah, it should be enough. Don't forget, right, we have knockback too, which will make things even better. Apologies if this hurts your eyes, though. Skip forward a minute if it is a problem, I guess. It's actually good that we didn't use this on any bad rounds. Otherwise, there's no way this would have enough bad damage. Because, again, the vanilla main attack is pretty weak, alright. In fact, hold up. Is this really not even going to work? Wow. Well, time for a new one, I guess. Okay, one last thing I will try before Paragon is, how about... Well, I haven't used the Mad Mist yet because I was scared about ceramics, but what if we just get a really fast Iron Tower, like, for example, the Elite Defender? Okay, so it does look like the missiles are working. I just don't know if we can beat ceramics. Holy crap, that's weak. Yeah, I don't think it's enough, but it does shred mobs, like, in insane amounts. I think it's time to pack our bags because this is not going to work. And time to unleash. So I want to start with the weakest Paragon, I guess. So that would be Dart Monkey. And let's take a look at how 132 goes. I don't know if it's degree 1 Paragon, but it sure looks like it, given that, well, the ZMGs are taking a little while to take down. So this actually, honestly, also might not be enough for 138. Because remember that the normal Dart Paragon doesn't even beat 138 on hard. In addition to maybe change my tower to Elite Defender, I'm going to allow that, okay? Because, you know, I want this to last, and Elite Defender is just way better. It's more than 2 times, because it shoots faster the further balloons are in the track. Alright, 140. Please be enough. I think it's gonna pop in time. Right? Oh, no. I think the DT is gonna be a problem. Well, even if I did decamo it, we wouldn't have it in time, yeah. Rip 140. I guess we'll do Dark Champion for 2 streams of, what Paragon? How about Boomerang? Alright, let's see. I actually can't even enter the full tower, because there's only, what, 20 characters allowed? I don't think if I shorten it to Boomerang Paragon, it'll work, yeah. So I guess some towers are out of commission then, because you literally can't fit it. How about Ninja Monkey dash Paragon? Does that fit? It does. Okay, so it kind of sounds like we won't make it as far as I thought then, because I think the only one after this I could use is Ace, because Engineer's too long. How long is Buccaneer? Oh, that's definitely way too long. Okay, is it just me, or is it just not doing any damage at all? Yeah, holy crap. Huh. I guess it's the Sticky Bomb that does the most damage with the Ninja. So, I think this could still work. I just need, like, something with more projectiles. Do I really want to use Tax Zone this early? Actually, not yet Tax Zone. Let's do Sky Shredder with the Ninja Paragon. Yeah, surprisingly, it might actually turn out that the Paragons may not be the best projectile after all, because I feel like Super Mines. One Super Mine will outdo a degree 1 Ninja Paragon projectile. As you see, this isn't even going to work, is it? If you can get the insides here, then solid. Come on. Oh, that's so close. Okay, well, since I only really have one other Paragon after this, I guess I might as well just use Taxo now, and then use Sky Shredder later for the Ace, if that makes sense. So, okay, here we go with the Tax Zone. It actually might not be even that great, because it has limited range, so just hopefully it pops in time. Come on. Get it? No. Alright, but how about this spot? I think it's worse. Yeah. I don't think there's even a spot that works, because Tax Zone has no range. And this is with every projectile seeking, by the way. Okay, I found the right spot. There we go. Cool. Now, the question is, can this make it to 150? Because, I don't know. No, we're dead to even the next round. Okay, this is becoming a disaster. Well, I think I definitely expect to get a little bit longer than this, or a lot longer than this, but again, the 10-round limit certainly I guess adds a lot of challenge in terms of how to budget each use. So let's just finish off with the Monkey Ace Paragon, and yeah, I pretty much used up all my good options. In fact, this might not even work because this isn't even good against Cerams, is it? I think it might just barely be good enough though. Yeah, I think Monkey Ace shoots out enough projectiles to Sky Shredder, 32 of them, that we should be enough up to 150 here. And I guess since we're already here, we might as well just see how far this truly survives, because 151 would be where I would die if I had to have the 10-round limit. But, you know, just curious at this point. Alright, holding strong until late 150s, but I can definitely see the end is near. Not this round, though, because no bads. But surely we'll lose here, right? Yeah, there we go. 162, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed the run. I found it a lot of fun. If you have any ideas of what we could possibly do, what challenges we could do with this custom projectiles mod, then let me know. Because I can definitely see myself returning for round 2 of this mod in some sort of different way. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.